Lansing, Michigan, we've got people that are doing the Clinic Worker Project, and that project is growing around the country. A lot of people using the materials. And joining us now from Lansing, Michigan is Cecilia, is it Tombelli?
Yes, that's right, Tombelli.
How about that? Mark. I got it right.
You did.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Cecilia. You guys are using the Clinic Worker materials up there and the cards and so forth. What's your experience so far?
Okay, so we just opened the box for the Clinic Worker materials in mid-November after the finish of the last 40 Days for Life campaign. We haven't had the materials for a long time, but here's what we're doing. We're using the yellow, red, and black posters, which we've had laminated and then mounted on foam core so they can bear the weather that we get.
Right.
And we're using the business cards, don't let your job put you in prison, and also the need help after an abortion. Now, we believe that Kermit Gosnell was not a one-of-a-kind abortionist. We believe, like you,
absolutely,
that he was guilty of 3 counts of murder, but 8 of his employees were convicted of crimes too. So that kind of skirting of the moral law and the aloofness which abortionists display, intimidating women and girls, well, that's happening all over. We know that. So this is a kind of a seamless effort that we are running now using your clinicworker.com kit between 40 Days for Life campaigns, where we can just continue to offer women and girls help, especially the abortion staffers now are also seeing illegal and immoral activities that are going on. They are going to be a witness to the crime the minute they see it. They know they can be held accountable now that these cases have become so commonplace and publicized.
Right.
So we just want to help them.
Yeah, that's right. And we know that this project is going to produce results, even if you're not seeing immediately.
Right.
Repetition is the key to any kind of marketing. It's over and over. That's why you go on television, you see the same commercial for years.
Right.
You have to keep it in front of people. But I can promise you, and we're seeing this here in our office, I can promise you that these clinic workers out there are paying attention to the fact that, like Cecilia said, the big issue here was not that Gosnell went to prison, but that 8 of his employees did. Because they're out here saying, look, I'm not going to go to prison for a job that pays me $10 an hour.
Right. You know, the thing that really happened with the Gosnell conviction and the conviction of the clinic workers is that the rest of the clinic workers around the country picked up on it.
Right.
Now, the rest of America may not have, but let's say you're in the oil industry and something big happens in the oil industry. Everybody in that industry knows what's going on. I may not know about it. You may not know about it. But the people who are working in the abortion industry took note of that.
Right.
And I know I'm seeing a lot more informants. You're seeing a lot more informants of things that we can't talk about here. But this is the sort of project that is putting abortion mills out of business. And as you always say, Mark, when abortion clinics close, babies are saved.
Babies live.
And that's what we're here for.
Right. Yeah, so we're very appreciative of the people, because we can't be out in the field. All of us can't be everywhere. But we're very appreciative of people like Cecilia and the team of people that she's put together out there, because we can make the materials, we can come up with the ideas, we can produce the products, all that. But if we don't have people out in the field like Cecilia and her people, actually there at the clinics, then it doesn't make any difference what we come up with.
I think this project is critical to closing abortion clinics.
I think you're right.
You know, what I find is remarkable working here, to hearing the creative ways that a lot of people out in the field are using these tools.
Oh, yeah.
It just blows me away. And what Cecilia and them and the people who put up signs, you know, our posters right in front of or across from Planned Parenthood, it's amazing how creative a lot of pro-lifers are becoming in our strategy to get the message out and exploit those weaknesses there.
Well, the important thing is these people understand their community better than we do.
Right.
So we can just put out the generic materials. But Cecilia and her people and people in other parts of the country, they know what works in their area. And they know how they can, and we've already seen, by the way, people telling us that the little business cards and the signs are creating relationships that may not be friendly, but they're at least talking to the employees now. Are you seeing that, Cecilia?
You know what? Exactly. We are seeing that. We know right from Planned Parenthood itself that the no-show rate of abortion goes up 75% when people are on the sidewalk. But so then that means the staff continues to show up while abortions are going down. That gives us a chance to communicate. And you're right. sometimes the conversation isn't very pleasant. But I agree with you. The old Latin saying, repetition is the mother of all learning. It's true. We keep it simple. We repeat the message. Don't let your job land you in jail. At some point, the staffers, they see us there every day. Sometimes they don't like it. They're going to see the light and they make the connection. And if they're involved in illegal and immoral activities, one day they're going to say to themselves, this isn't worth it. I want out. And we will be there. We're there on the sidewalk. They know they can turn to us. And then we've got the information, and your cards are really, short to the point, but they contain enough information whereby these women do know where to turn. They know the number. They know the email address. They know if they see money laundering, health and safety code violations, which we've had numerous here in Lansing constantly. There's non-compliance with state regulations and federal law. Babies killed after live births. I don't know if that's happening, but they know where to go. And that's the information we need to have in our hand, because they need a mediator.
Right. Well, thank you, Cecilia, for joining us, and we appreciate what you're doing. And listen, when you get some anecdotal stories that are things that are happening, be sure and let us know, because we'll want to get you back on and let people understand what's happening on the front lines at the clinics.
Okay, Mark, we will. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.